Hi, and welcome. We are the Environmental Education Club at Iowa State University. Today, we're going to be talking to you guys about some creepy critters. Bats, spiders, snakes, and worms. These are critters and animals that a lot of people think are scary or gross, but they're actually super important for our Earth and to keep it healthy. So just stick around and we'll go through some fun games and activities to help you guys learn a little bit more about these creepy critters and why they actually aren't so scary.
Bats are nocturnal creatures, which means that they are awake at night. It's dark, so they cannot see, so they use echolocation to hunt for their food. Here's a game you can play at home that demonstrates how echolocation in bats work. Start by designating who the bat will be. There is only one. Everyone else is a moth. Make sure to have a clean, empty space to play. The bat will be blindfolded, while the moths space themselves out amongst the room. The bat will yell periodically, "Bat!" and the moths will have to respond with, "Moth!" Using only your ears, the bat will walk around the room and try to capture all the moths.
Today I'm going to be talking about what a spider is, the benefits of spiders, and some facts about spider webs. I will also be teaching you how to make your very own spider web craft. What makes a spider a spider? Some of you may think that a spider is an insect, but it is actually called an arachnid. This is because it has 8 legs, while insects have 6. Spiders also have 2 body segments and around 6 to 8 eyes, depending on the species. All spiders also produce silk, but not all spiders spin webs. Many people may not be a fan of spiders, but they're actually really cool and they have many benefits to the ecosystem. Spiders usually hunt for agricultural pests like aphids, moths, and beetles, which helps property owners to reduce the damage on their crops and reduce the use of chemical pesticides, which can harm the environment. Spiders are also known to eat mosquitoes and other insects that often carry diseases. Many scientists are currently doing research on spider venom, which could be used in the future to treat illnesses. A spider web is a sticky net that spiders make from silk to trap insects. Insects get stuck in the sticky web when they crawl or fly into it, and the spider then eats them. Spider webs are very thin, but they are also very strong. When the silk leaves the body, the spider silk transforms from a liquid protein to a solid thread. You might not think so because it is so thin, but some spider silk is stronger than steel when relative to weight. On average, it takes a spider about 60 minutes to spin a web. Now that we've learned a little bit about spiders and their webs, now we're going to make one of our own, but not out of silk, out of paper. Here's what you need for this. You need a piece of paper, scissors, a pen, some tape to hang it up, and a parent or teacher to help you with this. The first thing you're going to want to do is to take one corner of the paper and fold it up until it meets the other side of the paper, making a triangle. You want to crease that edge and make sure it's flat. Now you're going to cut along that line to cut off the excess paper. When you unfold the triangle, it should look like a square like this. Now you're going to fold it into a triangle, fold it again into a triangle, and then fold it one last time, making sure the corners touch. So you'll have a smaller triangle like that. The next step is to use a pen or a marker to draw on your design. Now your design can really look like anything because all spider webs are unique, and this is where you really make this craft your own. So be creative with it. You're then going to want to either ask for help from a parent or teacher, or if you're used to using scissors, you can do this too, but just make sure you're safe about it. And you're going to want to cut on your design. Once you're done cutting, you can unfold your design to see what kind of spider web you made. Depending on what kind of design you made, everyone's spider web is going to look different. And it doesn't matter how it turns out because spider webs are unique. This is how mine turned out. I decided to hang up the web and make some spiders to come off of it for some decoration in our apartment and to scare my roommate. I hope you enjoyed the craft that I taught you today, and I hope you learned a little bit more about spiders and why they're important to our ecosystem.
Alright, snakes. So, talking about snakes, they don't have eyelids, actually. They're reptiles, which means they have scaly skin and they're cold-blooded. They can't maintain their own body temperature, so they bask in the sun to get warm, and then they'll go back into like the shade or, to cool off. Snakes actually come in all sizes. Some live on land, some live on water. They're found in every continent except Antarctica. Snakes are carnivores, which means they can eat rats, insects, birds, even bats, rodents, wild pigs, and even jaguars. Snakes are vertebrates, which means they're all backbone. Snakes can swallow food bigger than their heads because they have these special skulls where the bottom of their jaw splits. And if you want to learn more about that, more about snakes in general, you should go to Snake Discovery because it's an awesome channel. And so because snakes swallow their food, they don't chew, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't be chewing your food. Because otherwise you're going to choke. So please chew your food, kids. Fun fact, their forked tongue is used to smell, not taste. And in the top of there's a special organ on the roof of their mouth that's called an infrared sensor, which means they can sense the body heat of other animals, like their prey, or any animals they need to stay away from.
My name is Heather. I'm here to talk to you about worms, and we're going to do it while we make a yummy snack called dirt and worms. So here are the ingredients that you're going to need. Milk, chocolate pudding mix, instant, crushed Oreos. You can use a blender or you can just smash them with a hammer like I did. And your choice of gummy worms. So first step with this is you're going to need a mixing bowl, and you're going to put 2 cups of milk in it, along with the chocolate pudding mix. Here's 2 cups and the chocolate pudding mix. You want to whisk this for about 2 minutes. So when you think of worms, you probably are thinking, ew, gross, I don't like worms, they're so slimy and disgusting. Well, they're actually really important for the environment. So worms, they help create little gaps in the soil that allow more water and air to pass through. They also break down organic matter, like leaves and grass, into things that plants can use. When they eat, they leave behind little trails of mucus that help break down the soil even more. It's kind of like a fertilizer, but free. Once you're done whisking the pudding, you want to let it set for just a few minutes to make it thicker. And then you can scoop your pudding into little cups. This is when you add your toppings, and you can use whatever toppings you want. I just chose Oreos and gummy worms. So add some of those. And a couple gummy worms.